and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Ooh, okay, that was fast. So the Ace of Swords fell out. I guess we're getting right to it today. Well, I was going to say we're doing a collective reading. Let's just jump right into the reading, since it seems like Spirit has a very specific message today and is very insistent. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We started off with 10-10 right off the bat here. We have the King of Swords. We have the Queen of Chalices. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Strawberries card on the bottom of the deck. Interesting how this card came out again. I think this card came out in the last collective reading that I did. I'm going to get some clarity on this Five of Swords. We have the Illumination card, and we have Strength. Let's talk about the overall arching energy first here. Let me push this down in case you guys can't see. So when the Strawberries card comes out, this is a card that indicates that some area of your life is currently anointed. This is a very strong energy. It's very powerful. It's very jubilant. It has a lot to do with creation and expression, but it also has to do with disintegration and taking pieces apart. And it has to do with foundations and structures and ways of doing things being challenged. This is a very raw energy. And so with that, right now, you may be feeling a calling to something or some specific area of your life. There may be an area of your life where you come to find that you are manifesting at a very quick pace, because we have 10-10 here on the table. And that's exactly what 10-10 means. It means that you are manifesting at a very quick pace. But with the Strawberries card, it's also an energy that is very abundant, but it also may require you to disintegrate certain things, or to allow certain things to decay, or to take their natural course, or allow certain structures and things to be challenged. So with that, what I'm picking up on here is that whatever area it is that you currently are being drawn to focus on, that you feel there's a calling for you to focus on, and it could actually for some of you be multiple areas. You currently have the ability to magnify your energy, and you have the ability to magnetize certain things to you. You have the ability to shift things very quickly, or to have it expand or grow very quickly. But it may require you to do that in a way that you haven't done before, or it may challenge you to figure out ways you've been manifesting or doing things or achieving your goal in that area that maybe isn't serving you, or isn't serving you on the level that you would like it to serve you. And so there's a bit of a reflection energy here, which is interesting because the Strawberry card, all the strawberry pieces are reflective in the actual card. And it's funny because we have that in the Illumination card too as well. There's something in your life right now that you have been working on, and I'm seeing that there's going to be some sort of major breakthrough coming in with the Ace of Swords. This could also be an offer of some sort, or some sort of communication. This could also be a breakthrough where you have a sudden epiphany, or suddenly something that you've been working towards, just all the pieces fall into place, or you happen to meet the right person at the right time. But with the Ace of Swords, there's an energy here of a double-edged sword. It's like you can pick up the sword and choose to wield it for the right purposes in a way that's going to benefit you, or you could choose to wield it in a way that ends up hindering you. So there's a focus here on paying attention to what really is working in your life and what is not. Not so that you can focus on negativity, but so that you can focus on a solution to any challenges, obstacles, or problems that you're facing at this time, or that may be presenting themselves to you. I'm seeing here that with this breakthrough, there's going to be something that may have been holding you back for some time, where you have this sudden understanding or solution or epiphany that comes to mind on how to do things differently than you've been doing before, that will help you either overcome the obstacle or will help remove it. Now we have 10-10 here with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. And this is interesting because the 10 of Pentacles is the most abundant card in the deck. The 10 of Pentacles is having abundance, happiness, fulfillment, success in the various areas of your life. And what I'm seeing here is that with the 10 of Wands coming out first, the abundance that's getting ready to enter your life, or is in the process of entering, or could be in the process of elevating even, didn't come easy. The 10 of Wands is a card where it's like you had to really work hard. You had to really put all the pieces in. You had to continue pushing even when things got difficult. Because with this 10 of Wands, it's like an energy of not forcing, but having to work really hard at something to get it going. And then the 10 of Wands is a card of becoming. So it's like you had to get the energy going, and then the energy became its own thing, or what you were working towards became its own thing and its own energy. And there's a little bit of an energy with it of like, you can't quite tell anymore what was the energy's life that it took on its own and what you inserted into it. It's starting to become automatic. The 10 of Wands is a card of feeling like there may be a little bit of like a bogged down or heavy energy, in the sense that you feel like you may be moving slower than you like, but it's also an energy of things building to become automatic and more easy. 10-10 will also indicate that you're reaching some sort of milestone, or there's some sort of closing of a cycle or like elevation to the next level that's happening here. With the King of Swords and the Queen of Chalices, there's an emphasis here on communication. So for those of you who are artists, where writing or speaking is prevalent, where words and communicating are prevalent, I'm seeing that's going to play heavily into the abundance and into whatever area it is that is anointed at this time. I'm also seeing that the Queen of Chalices is putting an emphasis on emotion. So communicating your emotion and standing in your authenticity is going to be important here. I took clarity cards on this 5 of Swords because the 5 of Swords is an energy of fighting really hard for something and then there being kind of no winner. There may not have exactly even been a loser, but it's just like there was a chaotic energy or an inability to focus on one thing, or there was a lot of competition, and then it was like nothing exactly came of something. This is also a card of being given the opportunity, if you pay attention, we see with this butterfly, to have some sort of weight lifted or some sort of obstacle lifted or have things go an easier way. I'm going to tie this into what I was saying earlier with the strawberries card and with this epiphany. You may experience in the next week an energy where you are given the opportunity to do things in a way that makes you realize whatever it is you're trying to accomplish is not as hard as it seems, or doesn't require as much of your energy and time as you thought. It's interesting here because we also got the Illumination card and we got the Strength card as clarity. So the Illumination card has a little cat here at the very bottom, and the cat is looking up at the sun. This is a card of source energy. This is a card of enlightenment, of awakening, but it's also a card of suspension, of biding your time. I think for some of you, part of what has made the 10 of Wands energy feel more heavy is that maybe you've been rushing towards something to the point of exhaustion. For others of you, I'm picking up on this energy where you want to skip to the end. I keep seeing somebody who's trying to save money, but it's like they only save money if they have a lot of extra money to put aside. So what happens is they put, say, $100, but then they only have $100 extra to put towards their savings every so often. Whereas if they would have put the extra dollar here and the extra dollar there, it would have added up to more money that they would have put in long term than waiting to have the 100. So for some of you, you've been trying to skip steps. It's like you have not made the energy work for you and do the work for you. You've been schlepping the weight or schlepping the work by trying to skip steps or by not realizing that to build the spiritual energy behind something, you typically have to start relatively small. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to stay doing that. Usually when you master that, you can then figure out how to manifest bigger things faster. But for some of you, the issue here and the breakthrough is going to be whatever thing it is that you've been manifesting that you have not mastered, that you have not mastered the steps of because you've been trying to get there either too fast or you've been trying to get there in a way that doesn't feel realistic enough for you to put your energy behind it, or there's some way that you can do it easier or faster or better or in some other way that's going to benefit you more than the way you've been doing it now. And that could just be, for some of you, a completely new way of doing it. So to get back to the Illumination card, the Illumination card talks about how some of the simplest solutions may not be so direct. It may be less obvious, or the path that is different than you were expecting. This is also a card of surrendering to your instincts. It's funny, we have the lion and we have the cat, two felines in these cards. You want to use your instincts and listen to your instincts right now. This is a card of taking things one step at a time. The other thing that's interesting about this card is that we have the sun, but then we also have stars and the moon and pieces of the artwork here. Everything ebbs and flows. There's certain wisdom and success and positive energy that you can receive from masculine energy, just like you can receive from feminine, which we see here with the King of Swords and the Queen of Chalices, which I'm saying not because it's a queen and a king, but because masculine energy tends to deal with communication and logic, whereas feminine tends to deal with intuition and emotion. There's also a certain amount of positive energy that you can receive from finding ways to enjoy the ebb and flow of things instead of working so hard or so fast towards one direction or one thing. This is a card that's telling you that there's no rush. The only rush is your attachment to rushing. But typically when you release your attachment to when something's going to appear, that's usually when it ends up appearing. The Strength card here is an indication of finding your tribe. It's also a card of being very authentic and removing the mask that you're wearing to protect yourself from something or to give yourself a different perception to those who are onlookers. The Strength card is also a card of tapping into strength and focusing on priorities. So for some of you, part of the epiphany that could be happening or the breakthrough that may be happening is you may be realizing that you've lost sight of certain priorities or that some way you're going about doing things is not aligning to what your needs are. I also am hearing that some of you are more supported than you think you are in a certain situation. So I'm going to leave the reading here. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation for this reading is I am open to less resistant ways of doing things, and I am open to receiving massive breakthroughs. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.